On your path, the truth unfolds. Guides will whisper, stories told. Let your journey now begin. In the magic, let's dive in. So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Moon of infinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hey all, happy Friday. Is everyone having a good night? I hope so. All right, let's get started. Mariana, I'm getting a no, 5 of swords. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have happy moments, but maybe if there's something that you're really wanting to happen, and that's what your intention was with this question, I'm getting a no. Sure. I'm getting that he was careless. I wouldn't say it was necessarily on purpose. Emperor in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. But I would say that it was a careless move, meaning that he just wasn't being responsible. And if it happened, it happened. But I wouldn't say that that was his intention necessarily. Margaret, I don't think so. I'm getting a no. Four of Pentacles. All right, so Amy, I am getting a yes. Because you said, has he ever done this? And I am getting a yes. I just also got the Hanged Man as far as like, was this recent? And that is a no for me, but he has done this. Yes, Jasmine, Knight of Cups. I'm getting a yes kiss. Ace of Pentacles. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Yes, Carrie, Six of Wands. You're welcome, Carrie. pure heart? I don't think he has the answer for that right now. I have the Nine of Swords. If I were to, and the Judgment card, it feels like he wants to do right by you, and that's maybe something that he would like to do down the line, but I feel like it's too soon to tell you. This is something that Nine of Swords that he thinks about a lot, or it can overwhelm him to think about. So I can't answer that question because he hasn't decided. Drav, I am getting a no right now. Four of Swords. You're welcome. Hey Sophie, your question must have come in right after Drubs and somehow it slipped through the cracks. So let me get that done real quick for you. Hold on. I am getting a yes, Sophie. Ace of Pentacles. So that is a yes for me. You're welcome. Girl, you're live right now. What are you doing? You're funny. I saw you were live. Multitasking queen over here. Hey everyone, I have no question. I came by to support the channel by giving it a like. Thank you for answering my questions all the time. Dorella, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. Thanks for the support. Okie dokie. We're chatting right now. It's quiet. Yeah, it is a quiet night. For a Friday, it's very quiet. Thank you, Dorella. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, well, if you're popping in and out, lovely, I'll just know that you are busy, okay? Oops. Hey, Tina. Let me add you to the list. So there's a theme here of really like savoring and indulging. It almost feels like vacation or having a little sweet treat or like treating yourself or something like that. So I feel like he's kind of viewing you and your energy. Well, here, actually, this can be taken multiple ways. The first way is that he wants to indulge in you. You are the sweet treat. You are the person that he is like, I really want to savor. I really want to enjoy. And it almost like, and it's like a craving. That's what it feels like to me. Like he's craving you right now. But there's like another interpretation where it's like he feels like you're off kind of doing your own thing and he's perceiving you to just really be enjoying life, to like just be very present and in the moment and I really feel like from his perspective, like he doesn't cross your mind very often. I'm still picking up on that energy, but he's like viewing you as like living your best life. Like you're just moving forward and really enjoying yourself. There is a 3 of Cups energy, and so I don't know if I've told you this before. Now I can't remember, but he thinks or he feels like you're talking to someone else, or that you're open to other romantic prospects, even if you're not, even if right now you're like, I'm just doing me, like I really don't care. From his perspective, you are potentially talking to someone else or seeing someone new. Um, or at least open to a romantic prospect is what I'm getting from that. I feel like he's thinking to himself, there's going to be like a sweet spot, which again, sweet, savoring, indulging is coming in, but the theme of a sweet spot where he has to re-enter your life before you take off with someone new. So he's kind of thinking to himself, it's not quite yet. Um, but there's like a timing thing for him where he's feeling like I have to reunite with her before someone else snatches her up, basically. Or if it's already happening, which I feel like he could suspect, he doesn't want it to get too invested before he can come through again. You did post on while you were out and about. There's like a feeling of like vacation as well. So he could be planning a vacation, you could be, or you know, there could be just like because it's the summertime, there's like that, you know, air about the summer where it's like it feels like vacation. Um, and let's just say this vacation energy I'm tapping into could just feel a little bit like metaphoric as well. It could feel like an escape, like he wants to escape with you, he wants to retreat with you. I kind of am picking up on like this could very well be literal and or it could also be metaphoric. Sometimes we're just craving like that one-on-one time with someone, and that's what I think is really what he's wanting. He's wanting to feel closer to you. And also like if you are seeing like vacation mode for him anytime soon, just know he'll be heightened in his thinking of you during that time. Because in his day to day, he thinks about you often, but the vacation is like, or the time away or whatever, that's like he has all this time off. He has all this mental availability to be just sitting there pondering and maybe even wishing that you were there with him. There's like a lot of moments that he has had this summer at least 2 or 3 times where he's wishing you were there. Like he's wishing you were a part of this experience. And that's kind of what the 3 of Cups is reminding me of like hanging out with friends, wishing you were there, going to a show, wishing you were there. Oh my god, there is like this little tiny pesky bug that is literally driving me crazy right now. It will not get away from me. As you said, his birthday is coming up. You wondered if he's going on vacation. Oh, that's right. Wait, didn't you say he's a Leo? I feel like you told me that. Oh. Yes, I noticed his energy seems much more eager to come in than it was a few weeks ago. Exactly. And so he's kind of like, I've got to time this right. Like, I can't come back too soon because very clearly I've got a lot to do. Like a lot of work on myself to do, but at the same time, he doesn't want you investing in someone new until he can come back in. And then this little bug that's driving me crazy is almost making me feel like a fly on the wall. Like he wants to be stuck on you. He wants to be close to you. He wants to be near you. He wants to spy on you. Whatever. Like I feel like he just kind of wants. Sorry, I got bumped out. He wants more insight into what's going on with you without being noticed. I don't think he is wanting to be seen. He just wants to know what's going on, how much time do I have. Is she talking to someone new? If it is, how involved is he? If he's been, do I have time? Do I not? Because like he's looking for information about you so that way he can kind of create or strategize like a game plan. That's what it's feeling like to me. Am I back with the sound or is it still bad? Let me check. That's so weird. Okay. So let me repeat what I was saying. I was saying that he wants to learn about you without being noticed, like a fly on the wall. Like he's trying to basically determine how much time he has before he needs to kind of step in or rush. That's essentially what I was saying, is that he wishes that there was a way for him to learn about what's going on with you without actually having to come talk to you right now, because he's trying to strategize and like I guess determine, like what the game plan is going to be or strategize. So lovely. That's kind of where he's at right now. Yeah, I'm scanning these cards. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing else I was missing. Okay, I just checked the sound and it looks like we're still doing okay. All right, girls. So that is what I've got for you. There's still a lot of like hope within him, excitement for the future. Eager is a really great word. I think that he's craving you like a piece of cake. He's, kind of in this like feeding mode where he's like, I've got to have her. I want her. I'm craving her. All right. So next up we have Tina. Hey Tina, I did see that. What's going on here? I'm reading your question right now. Okay, you saw him by surprise and you want to know what he was thinking or what he was feeling. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. I was laughing my ass off when you said like a piece of cake. That's what you are to him right now. Have a good night, girl. Hmm. Um, I think this did catch him by surprise, and I think you were surprised, but I think that he might have, the thought may have crossed his mind that this was orchestrated by you, like meaning that he's like, what are the odds or something that we would run into each other? Or maybe he thought that you went out of your way to make sure that you guys ran into each other. I don't know. Again, I don't think he's accusing you of anything, but I feel like in his mind, he was thinking, like, is she doing this on purpose? Did this happen by accident? Did this happen by chance? The reason that I'm feeling this way is because I have the tower, Tina, and the picture, it's like this person who almost looks like it was deliberate, you know? He came towards you. There's like some feeling of like, was this deliberate? Did this happen deliberately? Do you think that? Are you wondering if he intentionally came up to you? Because there's an energy here of like, I I don't know, like it felt intentional almost, or the thought crossed your mind. Yeah, like there's something here that just I feel almost like um yes, shock and surprise, but like this feeling of like, did we want this to happen on purpose? Oh my gosh. Okay. So was he happy about this? Was he happy about this? I am getting that he did enjoy seeing you. I have the justice card. This has been, this interaction was welcomed, I suppose, but I'm feeling like welcomed but awkward. Welcomed, but what do I do now? Like I feel like it's like an enjoyable or pleasant surprise, but at the same time, like, what do I do with this information? Or what do I do with this experience? I don't really know. I feel like with him, he's so wishy-washy with you because there's this part of him that's very much attracted to you. You know, he wants you to stay at this job for a long time. He likes seeing you. He likes running into you, but then there's the washy part where, you know, it's but am I going to do anything about it? Like that's the part that's kind of hard with this person, is because there's a pull to you, and he's drawn to you. He's like magnetized to you. He feels like he wants to be around you. He feels also like there's like a something stunting this, like a block or a restriction in some way. And I think for him, sometimes it's easier to not see you, but at the same time, he wants to. He's not usually there on Fridays. Okay. Like, I'm definitely getting that he... Oh, shoot. I just realized the Queen and King of Pentacles are in this reading together. Whenever I see King and Queen of the same suit, I automatically think that he feels like you guys are a good match for each other. Okay, Tina, that's making sense. I just saw the part where you had said it was at work, so it wasn't unexpected that he would see you, but thought you would be in your office. So when you saw him, excuse me, it surprised him. Okay, so then I think he's wondering if maybe you already knew that he was present and like found a way to... I don't know. There's just like, and again, I don't think he's blaming you or accusing you of anything. It's just the thought that crossed his mind was like, did she go out of her way to try to make sure she saw me? Like that's the vibe. Push pull with him. Yeah. So, oh, this person, this is making my head hurt. He just feels so conflicted. I feel like he always has one eye on you at all times. Like I'm so sorry I'm yawning so much. When I say an eye on you, I don't mean literally. I just mean like his energy is always partially on you. And then I guess partially on like his job and his work and what it is that he has to accomplish. But he definitely focuses a lot more on you than he lets on. And I think that while he's working and things like that, you know, you are crossing his mind. So like I said, it's not that he didn't expect to see you. I think it was just where it happened or how it happened was unexpected. And so then he was thinking, yes, you caught him off guard. Exactly. Perfectly worded. Exactly. And so he was kind of like, like, was she deliberately trying to make sure she saw me today or whatever? Were you surprised? Did it surprise you too? Like, were you both surprised? And you know, I feel like he doesn't want to make a decision about you, Tina. I feel like he is kind of okay being in this limbo, weird middle ground place because there's no risk associated with it. Sorry, sorry, I got bumped out. But yeah, I feel like he's actually okay staying in this like in between place with you because he feels like, okay, well, there's no risk. I I don't have to worry about my career. I don't have to put myself out there. I don't have to worry about being rejected, so it's like he's almost like very content in this place. And I don't know where you are, but it feels like it's going to be hard to transition out of this. He's going to have to kind of come to this conclusion on his own. It almost has to be like an epiphany to him where he's like, you know what? Screw it. Let me just do this. And it has to feel almost like impulsive or spontaneous. And I don't think you're going to see it coming if this change does happen. If there is a shift in his mentality, it's going to come on fast and it's going to be very surprising for you. But as of right now, in his current energy, it feels very much like he's okay staying in this very gray area with you. You impulsively flirted. Oh, that's so cute. In a joking way, and then realized what I did. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yeah, so like I said, it was a welcome interaction, but it was awkward for him. Like he's like, what am I going to do here? I don't think anything has changed as far as his feelings for you or his attraction for you either. He's not seeing anyone, right? He's single that you know of? Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know why I asked that question. I was just curious. I'm not seeing anything like that he's unavailable. I think it was more so just the feeling that I had when I said he's content with leaving things how they are because there's no risk associated with it. So it just made me curious if there was something else. Because remember, I was saying I was feeling some kind of restriction or block. And generally speaking, it feels like it's because of it's work related. But I just wanted to check. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I feel like he wants more of these types of interactions with you as well. I think it feels good to him when you're flirting with him. I guess it just depends on what you want out of this because if you're looking for a confession from him, it doesn't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon. The block is definitely working. He's young. Okay. So maybe Oh. Have you told me this before? It's like I don't know if this was you or if someone else. There was like I feel like this feels familiar. Because I know with certain cultures or certain religions there is expectations placed on people And remember how I was saying, like, I feel like he's drawn to you. He's very wants to be around you, wants to be in your company, but for whatever reason, he doesn't step forward. Yeah, I think you can flirt with him, and I think that would be fine, Tina. And you're older. Okay. I think that it would be fine if you're comfortable with that. I don't think it's unwelcome by him. Um, I think that any kind. Oh my God, why am I yawning so much? I think any kind of interaction with you is welcome to him. Yeah, there could be some like expectations that are placed on him, and maybe that could be another reason why he doesn't pursue this further. Because sometimes in other cultures, they want someone that his age or younger, someone that has the same religion or willing to convert. The job could be getting in the way. So it's like depending on how strong those values are, he could feel multiple reasons to not come towards you, um, which is tough. Oh, and he owns the business. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's like you guys have a lot of hoops to jump through with that. You wanted to make sure he was okay with what you did. Yeah, I think it's fine, Tina. I think it made him feel kind of warm and excited inside. I don't think you crossed a line or anything like that. And also, he could tell that it was genuine, especially because you said you flirted like kind of like it was involuntary. It was just like it just happened. And I think that he wants more interactions with you like this. I think that's his desire. But I think that the more time you guys spend, the more confusing it can get for him. And that's why he kind of says, it's just easier for me to stay away from her. But he doesn't want to stay away from you. So you're dealing with a very complex situation. It's like he wants it, but he doesn't. I don't know. That's why I was saying, like, I feel like this is like such a headache because, you can kind of feel his, like, he gravitates towards you and then he just stays in place. Almost like imagine someone standing in a spot, okay? And you're in front of that person. So you guys are face to face. And his feet don't move, but his whole entire body is leaning in towards you. Like that's basically the description I'm seeing. And I'm trying to articulate that into words. It's like he's not moving his feet forward towards you to be close to you, but every part of him is leaning into you. Do you get what I mean when I say that? That's what you get intuitively? Okay. Because yeah, that's how I would describe it. Thank you, Tina. I hope you have a good rest of your night. It's an amazing job too, so the boundaries are fine. Good. Well, I'm so glad you like where you work. You don't hear that very often. You are very welcome. Naija, hey girl. Aw, you were missed as well. But I also know I don't see you very often, so I'm like, how are you? People have been saying that about the retrograde. The retrogrades, I don't know. I feel, besides technology being a little wonky here and there, I feel like it's going pretty okay. But I've been kind of head down in my own little world over here lately, so. Oh, amazing. Oh my God, that's so good. Congrats on that. I love a health win. I'm doing good over here, just chilling, living life, same old, same old. You said just trying to stay under the radar. Same. Keep your head down. That's what I've been doing. Oh, perfect. Well, let me know once the donation sends over and we can get started, but I'm glad to hear all seems to be going pretty well. Yay, okay. A BOGO. People don't do BOGOs as much as they used to. And sometimes they'll end up spending more money because they will do individual donations. And I'm like, girl, you could have just done a BOGO. I have not heard of that. I also don't have Apple TV. I have YouTube TV, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount, HBO Max. I have so many and I don't have Apple TV. You're an app hopper. Yeah, we'll do that too. Oh, and then I guess I have Prime as well, but like Prime isn't really free. Like it's included with the membership, but like they always want to charge you extra. So it's basically like you have access to the app itself, but then if you want to watch something, most of the things you have to pay are on demand. It's annoying. What does Spirit want you to know? Cool. Just dropped my phone charger. Yeah, we have the basic Hulu plan because it saves us money. We've had Hulu over the years, different versions. And the main reason we were spending extra money was because my husband loves sports. And so he wanted access to those, but we realized that we could save a little money with YouTube TV. So we've been doing that. But Hulu we still have. We just have a very basic plan, but it comes with a Max add-on. So my husband's paying for both of those right now, but we try to cut back because there was no point in having both because we only needed one. Yeah, I'm on Peacock 24/7. I can't even, besides, because we watch Big Brother, so besides Paramount, which my sister lets me use, we have not used, or I personally have not used any other apps in a very long time. I would say it's been like a year, almost a year, and I've been strictly on Peacock. Personally. One Tree Hill, yay! Yeah, because these subscriptions are getting out of hand. It's so ridiculous. There just needs to be like an overarching hub. Like they could call it the hub, okay? The hub. And it has every single streaming service that exists out there right now. And you basically just a la carte. You click Hulu, Paramount, Netflix, okay? Or Peacock, Max, YouTube TV. and you just select the ones you want, and the hub has contracts with each of them and creates one amount per month that you have to pay instead of paying 17 different subscriptions 17 different times a month. These people just want to monopolize, and it's like they're trying to all be the biggest and the baddest, and so they're getting contracts with all these different places. Hulu wants to be like the main one because they have all these add-ons like Disney Plus and all this other stuff, live TV, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, somebody needs to find a way to negotiate this and just have it all in one place. And we just pick which ones we want and call it a freaking day. And you know what's sad too is that people get subscriptions and only do it because of one particular show. Then they'll cancel it. And I'm just like, it's just so silly. And then there's like actors out there that are trying to get on TV. And now instead of being an actor for like a general like TV channel, it's like now they're Netflix actors or they're Hulu actors. And they're only being recognized on that one platform. Whenever like we were younger and we saw someone on Fox, for example, Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy, when we saw her, everyone knew who she was. But nowadays that can't happen because if you're not watching whatever show, whatever platform, then you don't know who that actor is. So it's like actors are also losing recognition as well, because everyone wants to be so stingy and monopolize. It's insane. Netflix actors. That's what's happening with you. You wait for the show to end so you can binge instead of paying multiple months. Yep, same here. You gotta find ways to cut corners. What else are you gonna be able to do? So people will be like, oh, you know that actor? And they'll like give me a name, some random name like Lala Jones or something. And then I'm like, no, I literally have no idea who that is. Oh, okay, you don't have Apple TV? No. So I guess that makes sense that I would never know who that person was. So it's kind of sad for them too. But whatever. Pulled some cards for you. I'm just looking them over right now. So they're saying that you're going through a period of time right now. It's like Virgo, and Virgo is like that hermited, retreated, introverted energy. So the experiences you might be having, as you said, you're laying low, would be like going inward, paying closer attention to details more specifically, getting more organized in your life. There could also be like some decluttering that's happening at this time. Virgo energy is very much of service as well. So like heart-centered activities, things that really bring you fulfillment and make you feel like you're doing good. You're doing good in the world. You could also be getting more ritualistic in your day-to-day, meaning that while there still may be some spontaneity, there's a little more structure to your daily life. It almost feels a little bit more routine. So while there may still be flexibility, there may be certain things that you're like, okay, I'm not going to deviate from this. I'm going to make sure that I get this done. You know, it's on my list. I'm going to take care of it. And it feels like things are becoming maybe even more sacred to you as well. People in your life, you're paying closer attention to those those things that are of importance, of value to you. Not really dealing too much with like frivolous things that don't really hold any weight in your life. I think that like values and um I feel like importance is just being like the importance of your values is just extra right now for some reason. Um, if people aren't going to follow through, if they're not going to carry their weight, if you're feeling like you're putting more into this and then you're getting out of this, I definitely feel like that this is a time right now where you may be taking like a deeper analysis of those things. And also, this feels like a very humble time as well, Naisha, for you as well. The shadow aspects of this kind of energy could mean that you can be, hello, Rose, welcome in, or is that Rose? That you could be too much of a perfectionist or very self critical right now, or have high standards for yourself at this time. So I feel like they want you to make sure that you are kind of just giving yourself some grace, if that makes sense. I feel like it's like sometimes with air signs and like just certain people in general, we can be really hard on ourselves, and we could be like it's either all or nothing. So I feel like spirit is saying like stop judging yourself, stop like you accomplish something, but then it's like, okay, what's next? That's very Virgo energy. So it's like celebrate the wins and don't be overly critical. Um, let's see. You might also be noticing like patterns as well of yourself and the people in your life. And during this time, it's forcing you to kind of reanalyze or readjust what you kind of pattern you want to continue with and what you would like to change. I feel like they want to enforce that small, consistent actions are definitely going to take you farther than like one big, sudden shift that feels good in the moment but may not be lasting. So, what I mean by that is, let's say you're gaining one client a month, or we'll say a month. I hope it's more than that, but let's say you're gaining one client a month and all of your efforts are getting you one client a month. They're saying eventually you're going to build on that, and it's going to be 2 clients, and then it's going to be 3 clients a month. And that slow and steady, small, consistent action is going to be what builds your business. Now, or you could have 1 month where 30 people sign up, and then maybe the next month some of them fall off, and then the next month there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like basically spirit's just saying like just remember that small consistent effort is more important than like one big win that could potentially not be sustainable. Your family, trying best not to cut them off, but it's getting so close. Oh girl, I know all about that. With one person in particular. So essentially, they're just talking about like consistency. What are your daily embodied routines and rituals? And are they supporting you and your higher self and your ultimate purpose and your ultimate desire? So those are the questions that you need to have, which is a good question for me because I have goals myself and I'm not putting in the consistent daily effort that I should be into them. And they're saying that if you were to do that, you would be able to service yourself and other people. You also have house 6, which kind of goes along with this card. And it talks about establishing a foundation, your health, making sure you're taking care of yourself on top of the other things, and establishing the foundation for your daily life and doing things that are practical. Practical details are going to be really important. I feel like you're releasing. We have South Node, which I actually is the card that I just saw. As you said, you're trying not to cut off your family, but the South Node here says that's where you come from, but it doesn't mean that that's in alignment with where you're going. So I feel like the expression to your family would be shit or get off the pot, basically. Like, you need to make a decision. Are you going to be in alignment with me? Are you going to work with me? Are we going to have a future relationship here? Or are you just going to keep testing my patience? Because you're in my south node right now, and I need to know if we're going north together or if I'm just going to have to leave you here. We also have Chiron, which is where you are wounded. This is also going to be in your birth chart as well and tell you where your wounds are. So depending on what house that's in, will let you know like where you might struggle the most and have a lot of growing and healing to do, because Chiron talks about healing and like hurt and healing essentially. So there's themes of your wounding basically. That could be something that you're processing at this time. It's essentially like your defining life moment is your Chiron. So a lot of times it's important to understand where that is in your birth chart, because it's essentially the thing that has completely altered your life. And it's the thing that it's like basically the starting point to jump off of when you're needing to heal and work through things. It's your spiritual journey. It's your, where you develop empathy and heal other people, and where you accept yourself. There's a lot that you can learn where your Chiron is located. You're very welcome. But you have a lot of open-mindedness, objectivity, thirst for knowledge, love and beauty and intimacy and compassion and intuition, and just like a lot of really great energies here as well. And so like Spirit is just saying, I'm just trying to highlight certain things that maybe you're noticing and need confirmation on, or maybe some things you haven't really seen and I want to show you that. So yeah, this feels very cleansing, I think is the ultimate word I would use to describe this reading, is that it feels like you are in this place of like you're recognizing patterns, you're trying to understand whether it's worth it to hold on to certain people or certain habits. You are going within, you are hunkering down, and you are focusing on the life ahead, getting more organized, slow and steady, consistent effort. And yeah, that's like generally what I'm picking up for you right now. I can pull up your Chiron if you want me to. I don't even know if I have. I don't think I have your birth chart and stuff anymore, though. But yeah, if you look it up and you tell me what house it's in, like 1 through 12, if you tell me what sign is on the cusp of that house, Aries, Leo, Gemini, Cancer, etc. And then if you tell me what's in that chart. Oh, there we go. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. 10-191. 10-1. And did you know what your next question is going to be? If you posted it, I'm sorry I missed it. 10-191. 7:13 a.m. I know you've sent it to me before because we've done astrocartography, but I was like, I don't know where I would find that. Maybe our emails. 7:13 a.m. My two favorite numbers, 7 and 13. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me post up your question. Like into multifamily, into a multifamily. That is that a specific? Is that like a house? Is that what you're asking? All right, girl. So as far it's a house like a duplex, multiple units in one property. Okay. That makes sense because it's not. Well, I had a feeling you were saying multifamily. It was because I've heard of single family, which is what I live in. So I assumed it was a house. But yeah, I can look into that for you for sure. So, what I will say, hold on one second. All right. So if I pull up on Placidus, your Chiron is in your 10th house. Okay. That's, in my opinion, really, really experienced astrologers typically will use Placidus. I'm still so new that I'm using whole sign because that's just easier for me. But your Chiron is in Leo regardless. But in Placidus, it's in your 10th house, and in whole sign, it's in your 11th house. Now, that may not even be by accident. It's very possible that your wound is in both houses. So, with the 10th house, it suggests that you have a wound within your public career because 10th house rules public image, sense of purpose, career, and it indicates that you might struggle to feel seen or valued or successful in your public or professional life. And this could also stem from just experiences at work where maybe you feel like you've been undervalued, and that could be potentially why you want to go off and do your own thing because you're thinking like I could value myself more than someone else. But this could also just be a wound in general where you haven't felt good enough or fear not being appreciated or recognized for your talents, for your wisdom, etc. And this specifically has to do with career. Maybe it could stem from like all the way back from childhood, where maybe you felt you didn't get the recognition or praise that you deserved potentially. But this could really have come from many different things. As far as the 11th house rules friendships and group dynamics. And this suggests that there may be a wound related to feeling like you belong somewhere, potentially stemming again from a need for recognition, or a fear of rejection. And so both of these houses have to do with the need to feel recognized, one within your personal relationships and group dynamics, and then one within your career and public image. So there could be like a fear of being accepted within certain groups, recognized, etc., which is why I said that regardless of whether it's whole sign or Placidus, really it's like the same theme. The difference is one has to do with your career and one has to do with your friend groups or your family groups, where you feel you belong. Childhood, you were the oldest. Yeah. So that is your considered your defining life moment, where everything is like stemming from all of your wounds, where they stem from this particular place called Chiron. This could also sometimes be why you could be very self-critical, or then you feel the need to prove yourself as well. All right, will she get into a multi-family? You're welcome. Will she get into a multi-family in 2 years? So I asked if you will get into a multi-family within 2 years, and it could either be within the 2-year range or it could be at the 2-year mark. And I am getting a yes. I have the star here. The star just basically says, "Don't give up on this. This is your dream. Stay the course, to have faith, etc., etc." This is like the card of hope, having hope in something. I asked if there was any blocks in your way here, and I got the 7 of Wands. So they're saying there could be some, but nothing that you can overcome or can't overcome. So I definitely feel like anything that gets in your way might be more of like a hiccup or a frustration, and then you're like, okay, I fixed it. Sometimes it might not always be smooth sailing. I remember when I was in the process of like getting into a home, it was like green light, green light, green light, red light. Do you have this? Because I need this extra information. I'm like, shoot, where am I going to get that? Had to make a phone call, get something emailed to me, then forward the email. Then they had what they needed, and then green light. So it's like there may be certain things that kind of can unfortunately complicate the process. But again, 7 of Wands indicates that no matter what happens or what comes up, you are going to overcome it. We also have the Fool here, and so that's like smooth transitions, new beginnings, leaving the past in the past. I do feel like people are also going to be celebrating this with you or on alongside of you. So it's like the equivalent or the energy of like housewarming, where people are just really proud and happy and wanting to celebrate you as well. Let me think. I think that's all I'm getting right now for this question, just because it is a yes or no. However, I can pull a couple cards from you if you have like a spin-off question related to this that you're like just need clarified. But if that answers your question, that's good with me. I think you're gonna work it out. You want to get, it's an interesting process. You want to get a 3-unit property so the tenants can pay the mortgage while you build for a few years. Oh, that's smart. Will it be in New York? Let's see. Will this be in New York? Will this be in New York? Let's be in New York. Oh, you know what? I gotta say, I don't think so. This is the part I think is a little confusing to me. So I have the Ten of Swords, which is a no. I have the World, which indicates like completion or coming to an end, and I have the Eight of Cups, which indicates like walking away. So all 3 of these cards would indicate to me that it's not going to be in New York. But the Six of Cups indicates that it's a place you've been before that's very familiar to you, which my understanding is that's New York to you. So I'm wondering if maybe Spirit, how do I interpret this? Is there any other place that feels like you've been before and you really like? Okay, because I was gonna say it's I'm getting a no for New York, but yeah, I'm getting no again. 5 of Cups. I'm getting a no for New York, but I'm getting the 6 of Cups means it's a place that you're very comfortable, a place that you have been to before, visited before, have an affinity for. So it's like, so if Florida would be that place, then maybe that's what we're talking about. You're tied with North Carolina. I feel like we're getting warmer. I just don't think it's New York. I'm getting the sun. It might be Florida because that isn't that called the Sunshine State? I'm pretty sure. Sunshine State. Yeah, Florida, and I'm literally pulled the sun. And then I also have like beaches and water. The Sunshine State. I mean, we literally have the sun. I don't know what other card could depict Florida that closely. So I think you're getting warmer. I think as I say, you're getting warmer. I also think you're going somewhere warmer. So I think the further down, the more southern that we go, I think we're getting closer. So that's what I think. I think New York just might be too complicated or too complex. Maybe in New York you don't really find specifically what you're looking for and don't necessarily want to invest. You also might be craving something a little bit new, but I think it might be a little scary to do something in a completely different state, but maybe you'll get more access in Florida. Maybe New York, there's more red tape, and maybe Florida is a little more flexible, a little bit more willing to work with you. Like for example, if you are a first-time homeowner, and you're using it for yourself, not for business or whatever, and you want to get a house, they have these like grants basically where if you move in a specific area where they're trying to grow the population, they'll give you discounts or they'll give you grants. So you may be working with that. Maybe New York is just a little more complicated for you, and you're thinking, okay, well, Florida seems so much easier, or North Carolina seems so much easier. Like, let me just try to look for a place there. I'll keep you posted. Definitely resonated. I really appreciate all of your help. It was so nice catching up. I'll keep you posted. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Naija. You have a wonderful weekend yourself. Oh, Naija. No, there is news. I haven't told you. My sister had her baby last week. So I'm an auntie again. I forgot to tell you. So we're super excited. New York is a pain. Hey, Pure Heart. Go ahead and send your donation now because I'm going to be signing off soon. Thank you. We're so happy. She's so cute. She looks like my nephew, but just like a girl version. Yeah, she's adorable. I can't believe I forgot to tell you that. Yeah. So this weekend, it was when you said have a good weekend. It reminded me to tell you. We are doing like she's been home, but we're doing kind of like a get together family welcome home celebration, etc., on Sunday. But yeah, so cute and sweet. She was born 6 pounds 12 ounces. So she's a little baby, little girl. Oh, thank you. I have seen her, like, she's only 7, 8, 9, 10. She's only 10 days old, and I'm pretty sure I've seen her 7 of those 10 days. We're soaking all the newborn cuddles up. Thanks, girl. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope you have a lot of success in the coming weeks, and I'll see you when I see you, okay? Aw, yeah. As she gets older, you'll hear more about her, I'm sure. All right, Pure Heart says, I have a question about my neighbor, but I don't have his name or initials. Can you still read the energy? Yes, I can still read the energy. Absolutely. Sending you so much success too. Maybe some of my messages will help you. I think that they are. I think that they will. Sometimes when I do readings for you, I'm like, I could use this information or this advice. Thank you. Have a good night. All right, it looks like I got it. Okay, so we're just going to refer to this person as him. Let me know what it is specifically that you would like me to look into for you. Let's see how he feels in views. What energy? Anything I see. Okay. Let's take a look. Well, if there is something here, wouldn't that be convenient to live 2 houses away from each other? All right, this guy that she's thinking about, who lives 2 doors down. What is his energy towards her? What is his energy towards her? What is his energy towards her? Maybe he's socially awkward. What's his energy towards her? How does he view her? Does he have interest in her? Well, you know, he's definitely noticing you. I feel like interest in you is minimal at this time. It doesn't mean that that won't grow or that won't change if the opportunity presents itself. Ace of Pentacles, but I think right now maybe there's not enough information for him to make a decision of how he feels about you. Typically because of the interactions that you've had. Is there attraction? Is there attraction here for her? There is attraction. I am getting that. Ace of Cups. His energy towards you is very reserved. I have the 5 of Cups and the Hermit. The Hermit's like the energy of just kind of keeping to yourself. So he seems kind of isolated and like comfortable in this holding back energy. And the Emperor shows me that his energy towards you, like this hit or miss, on and off, whatever weirdness, is probably something that's going to stay for a little while or stick around for a little while. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was asking if there is attraction for you, and that's definitely here. He's maybe even viewing you as very reserved as well, because I have the Hermit. Oh my God, pure heart. Oh my God. Literally, that was going to be the next thing. I swear to you, that was going to be the next thing out of my mouth, is that I think he might be in a relationship or some kind of commitment. And then I was going to say you might be too. I'm not sure. But I was literally about to say that, pure heart. The reason I'm saying that is because I have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles always represents the wife or the main woman in someone's life. And then I also have the 4 of Wands, which talks about marriage. So I was like, there's a wife and a marriage theme happening here, and that was going to be the next thing I was going to tell you. Very interesting. Let's see what his intentions are. Let's see. The 7 of Swords is here. That makes me a little bit nervous. Because the 7 of Swords is kind of like sneaky energy, and it indicates that he might have like sneaky or untrustworthy or impure motivations or intentions. And the 6 of Pentacles also tells me that if you were to give in and show interest to him, Six of Cups, that he would reciprocate that, despite the fact that he is married. This would cause a lot of conflict for you, especially because you guys live so close together. This would be a problem for you. But yeah, they're saying that if you were to reciprocate, that he would, or if you were to be open to him, he would reciprocate that. And that would cause some problems. So, pure heart, typically what I do is if we know someone is actively in a relationship, I do not like answering further questions about their connection. That's just my practice. You'll see that Nightbot posts in the chat and says that I don't answer third party questions. So, obviously, you know, when you first asked about this neighbor guy, I didn't know that he was married, so that was fine. But I don't like to look into third party relationships. I don't like to spy. But there are readers out there that will do that, and there's no judgment either. It's just my personal practice. So I think that if you're looking for that kind of information, I think that there are other readers that would be willing to do that for you. You said he's always walking his dog late at night. You feel that he's always coming in front of your house to tell you something. That makes sense. Yep. No worries. I just want to be well informed, but I'm good. I'm not interested in him. I always keep my distance. No thanks. No scandals for me. You're welcome, Cure Heart. What I will say is that it doesn't feel like a harmful energy. I pulled the Empress card here too, so he might be expecting more children in the future with his wife, and she seems to be his priority. But I'm not feeling like a threatening energy, but I do think that if at any point you are feeling uncomfortable, you'll have to make that a little bit more clear. Because maybe right now he's just kind of feeling things out. Like I said, I'm not picking up like stalker vibes, but the Seven of Swords has come through twice, and that feels like unstable, untrustworthy, like behavior, meaning that he is capable of cheating or having scandals or just kind of betraying people in his life. So that's definitely the kind of energy I'd want to stay away from personally. But like I said in the beginning, as far as how he's viewing you, he doesn't have enough information to go on. I think he's really just going off of vibes at this point. And I think that you had said that you made it clear to him that you were not interested. So let's hope that he will respect that boundary. I made it real clear. Oh, he wanted your number. Oh my God. I didn't know any of this. I told him, no, you're married. I don't do that type of stuff. Oh my God. Pure heart. Holy crap. That's crazy. Thank you for being just a good person. I'm so sorry you feel so uncomfortable. I remember in the beginning of this reading, I was saying there's minimal interest, and I'm wondering if that was your energy that I was picking up. Because I was like, he's attracted to you. But maybe that was just because he doesn't have enough information to go on. He's trying to get to know you, looking for excuses to talk to you. And also, this feels like this is not the first time that this has happened. Like, I almost feel like you're not the first and you're not going to be the last either. Yeah, you're welcome, Pure Heart. Thank you so much for stopping in, though. If there's anything else you ever want readings on, of course, I'm here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. If anyone else is hanging out, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening, but I will be back this weekend. Oh, Pure Heart, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you had another question. You said, can you ask about a guy you're dealing with? Sure, absolutely. This will have to be my last reading for the night, though, because I do have to get going. But go ahead, send away. Did you want to do another mini reading? Yeah, definitely. Okay, sounds good. I will let you know once it comes through on my end. Okay, it looks like it just came in. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So the guy that you're dealing with, what is your question about him? His name is JP. Okay. A love spread. Sounds good. All right, JP. What you got for me, boy? JP and Pure Hearts. JP and Pure Hearts. So I'm not necessarily getting that there are any influences or blocks right now in a very significant way or significant capacity, but the Three of Wands is technically a yes for me, and it's a card of expansion. It's the card of, hey Jupiter, I'm not. I'm actually about to sign off for the night. My lists are closed. Sorry about that. But thank you for asking. So 3 of Wands is like the card of like planning and expansion and being able to kind of move out of the current place into something new. So there could be a little bit of a block with progress within this connection. It doesn't feel like it's detrimental or like it's never going to work with this person. It just feels like there's maybe a little bit of stagnancy or like a difficulty progressing the relationship along. The overall energy is the sun. So you guys seem to have a lot of fun together. There's a lot of warmth, happy feelings when you think about each other. The sun sometimes can talk about children, which can translate loosely to like him wanting to end. Can you be a little more specific what you're asking here? The sun can loosely translate to sometimes childish behavior or immaturity because it has to do with children. So the overall energy, you might be dealing with like some themes where maybe there's some immaturity or like not really handling things as like the adult way or like being the bigger person. It also talks about really just wanting to have fun and really wanting to enjoy yourself. The sun is very much free of responsibility, free of accountability, free of just, you know, basically being accountable. But the sun is like fun, it's a free. So like imagine like when you were a kid and you didn't have to worry about bills, you didn't have to worry about what you were going to eat the next day. Most people, you could just like kind of just enjoy. You could play, you could have fun, you like were able to be imaginative, that's kind of the energy of the sun in this relationship. Is it's more like, let's focus on the fun aspects, not the things that are hard. Let's focus on enjoying each other's company and not worry about where this is going. I was wondering if the first part with the blocks and stagnancy was referring to him wanting to end things. No. To clarify, when I say blocks or stagnancy, I'm reading the position of the card. So this is a 6-card spread. Card 1 talks about how they are viewing you, what they're putting towards the connection and what they're giving towards the connection. Card 2 is thoughts. Card 3 is feelings. Card 4 is intentions. Card 5 is blocks and influences. And card 6 is overall energy. So when I said blocks and influences, I'm reading the position of the card. I'm letting you know if I'm seeing any blocks or influences. And what I was saying was there is a 3 of Wands here, and that is a yes card for me, but it doesn't feel significant. It doesn't feel detrimental. It doesn't feel like this is something that cannot change. It feels like maybe you guys could be a little stuck. I'm not seeing him wanting to end things necessarily. But I feel like there could be a little bit of stagnancy, as I mentioned, as you said, with the ability to progress the relationship. So what that means for me is that, let's just say you guys were in a relationship. Let's say you guys were living together. Again, this is just an example. This energy could come through when you're really wanting to get engaged, but he's like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to progress. So that's what that card can represent, is that maybe you guys are in 2 different places and maybe one of you is ready to kind of take the next step and progress, and the other person isn't quite ready to do that. Or there's a lot of confusion around where this is heading. Okay. So I don't want you to hear blocks, or whatever, and think that there is a block here. I'm just reading the card as like a spread and answering the questions. So for what I will say is that if you feel like you're in a place where you're a little confused about where this is going, that's being acknowledged here. If you feel like, okay, I'm ready for something a little bit more and he's not jumping on board with that just yet, that's that energy that I'm tapping into. That doesn't mean that it's over. It just means that you guys can be in two different places right now, or that there's some haziness or some gray area about where this is heading or what direction this is going. You're welcome. And then the overall energy with the sun indicates that maybe he's just enjoying himself and having fun here, not really wanting to talk about the serious stuff. You know, he wants to enjoy you, spend time with you, but the serious talk, or like, where are we going, where are we heading, what is this, let's give some clarity here, that gets him worried, or that makes him feel anxious. And I think if he thinks about that, because the Nine of Swords is here under intentions, that he's not really prepared to give you that clarity to answer that question. He is kind of like, I'm having fun. You know, how he thinks and feels for you is he's attracted to you. He's feeling romantic towards you. The Knight of Cups is here, which is very much like the, you know, I would take her out on a date, but I may not give her a ring. I would be intimate with her and be physically affectionate with her, but I'm not ready to get her pregnant. Like, that's kind of his energy and his thoughts and feelings towards you. One thing he is showing is that he is trying to be as fair to you as possible without compromising what it is that he personally wants in this. So I think that he's trying to find common ground with you where you guys can both be happy and feel like there's a compromise being made here. I feel like how he shows up for the connection is very, there's like more child like behavior coming through. It's like more like he flies, you know, like, what am I trying to say? It's like I can feel the energy, but I'm having a hard time describing it. It's like he just kind of wants to just float like a butterfly in your relationship. Like, he wants to land on this and land on that and have fun and float, fly away whenever he wants to fly away and come back whenever he wants to come back. Like, he's like flittering around, and it's very much like, I just want to enjoy myself with you. I just want to have fun. I want to spend time together when I want to spend time together. And so, like, with this type of person, just to use you like a booty call placeholder, I don't even know if I would say that, because I feel like he appreciates you, recognizes you, six of wands, but I feel like he just wants to have fun. Like, let's just say if he was in the headspace for wanting a serious relationship, you'd be at the top of his list, okay? So I don't want you to like think to yourself, oh, I'm just a placeholder or whatever, or I'm just a booty call. But he doesn't want a relationship, so you're not at the top of the list of the relationship that he doesn't want. He is in a place where he just wants to have fun. And maybe he's prioritizing you with that fun and saying that you're the one I'm choosing to spend time with because I have fun with you. But I feel like you guys are in almost like two different places. So he's, as you said, he's just not ready, like you had said, or just not ready. That's how I feel about this guy. I feel like you are going to struggle getting basically reassurance from him, confirmation, clarity. Like, you're gonna have a hard time getting that from him because that's not his headspace. His headspace is, I want to enjoy myself. Okay, but he's saying, I want to be fair to her. All right, pure heart. So I don't think he's in the business of using you. I don't think he's in the business of, like, I just want to hook up with her and call it a day and then maybe hook up with her again another time. He doesn't want to treat you unfairly. He does recognize you, appreciate you, and feel like you deserve righteousness, you deserve fairness, you deserve justice, okay? So I don't think that he's in the business of making you feel used. I don't think that's what he wants. I think he just wants to enjoy his time with you without strings attached. That's what that feels like to me. Does that help, pure heart? You are welcome. Perfect. Okay. All right, pure heart. Yes. And then the energy can change for sure, pure heart. I think for the most part, people mean what they say, and their intentions are pure. We change our minds. Emotions change so much and so often that some people will be like, oh, well, he said that he wanted a relationship with me, and then suddenly he falls off the face of the earth, so was he lying? And I'm like, not necessarily. I think that sometimes he might, like, that person might have felt that way in that moment. They might have been swept up in the moment. They might have really, really liked you and thought to themselves, hey, I could see myself doing this. And then in the next minute, they got cold feet and they changed their mind. So it's like, I don't necessarily think people are all liars. I think sometimes people just get swept up in the moment, or they're feeling a certain way and then they change their mind. Emotions are not meant to be this stabilized thing. It's a range. And I don't want to call every single person that's changed their mind a liar. Flaky, maybe someone without consistency or follow through, for sure. But I do think that there are a lot of people out there that, they're feeling what they're feeling in the moment and they change their mind. So I think what you really have to be paying attention to is not so much what he says and more so what he does. I think that's where it's going to be important. I think I think acts of service, I think consistency, showing up, those are things of value. People talk is cheap. There's a reason why they say actions speak louder than words. And there's the expression talk is cheap, because it is. Because at the end of the day, is that person showing up for you? Are they following through with what they say they're going to do? That's integrity. And that's the kind of person you want to be investing time into. So if you feel like his energy is shifting all the time, it's probably because it is, and if he says a lot and does a lot, but he's causing confusion for you, I think that your answers are lying within those actions. So, if you were the type of girl where you didn't care and you were like, oh no, I'm just having fun, like, this is good for me, like, it's no strings attached, we're just having a good time, then you guys would be on the same page. You'd be a vibrational match, and that would work really well. However, if that's not where you're at and you're looking for something more, this is not the person to fulfill those needs with. That's it's an unideal situation if you guys are on different pages. I'm sorry, girl. It's gonna take a specific kind of person to make you feel like you can trust again. It really will. You are very welcome, pure heart. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now. But maybe we'll see you again soon. Have a good night, everyone.